Welcome back everyone. I am Bharat. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. In this video, we'll walk through how to create a Lambda function from scratch. So without any further delays, let's get started. So let me open up the Chrome browser here. I have logged into my AWS account. So let me search here for Lambda and click on it. Click on the create function and choose author from scratch. Give your Lambda function a name. Let's say hello world. So you can choose any languages from the list here. So you can, as you can see, these are the supported languages. Let's go ahead with Node.js. And you need permissions for running a Lambda. So you can either use an existing one or you can create a new one. So I'll just choose create a new role with basic Lambda permissions. So in upcoming videos, we'll see more videos on Lambda functions. So this is just a beginner video where you can create a basic Lambda function. And we'll speak about advanced settings as well in the upcoming videos. So for now, let's create this Lambda function. And this gets created within few seconds. Here we go. It has been created under 10 seconds. So this is our Lambda function. Let me walk you through a couple of things here. So this is the function overview where you can see your Lambda function name. These are the triggers, destinations which we'll speak about in the upcoming videos. And here you can see some of the actions. So you can click on this export function and download the zip of your Lambda function code. You can delete it and a lot of other things. So these tabs here, so the first one which you can see the code over here, if your Lambda functions the whole overall code base is less than 10 MB, then you can write your code within the online editor here. If not, you can either zip your dependencies within the layers. And so layers are something like, let's say you have a Lambda function. It is a pretty huge one which has a lot of dependencies. Let's say it's of Node.js or Python. The dependencies that this particular function uses are more than let's say 10 MB. Then you can zip it and put it into layers. And as you can see, there's a layers option here. You can refer that layer to this Lambda function. And so the overall code base size will be lower than 10 MB because it's all code and it's in text. So it'll be hardly few MBs, 1 or 2 MBs, and you can link your dependencies in the layers. So yeah, this is the code part. This is the name of the file which gets called by this Lambda function by default, and this is the handler, or you can call the function which gets called by default. And I'll show you that here. So in the runtime settings, you can see this is the language that is chosen and the file name and the function or the handler name. So yeah, and these are some metadatas. What is the size, what is its last modified dates, and all those things. So you can create files over here and all those things, but you cannot perform file operations like writing or appending. You can only do a read only operation here. So if you're planning to have a file, maybe some JSON file or something here, and keep updating it or something like that, then this is not the right choice. And apart from that, let's see if I've missed anything here. Okay, so that is yeah, and here you can upload your code either via zip, or you can upload your code to the S3 bucket and then select the S3 location path over here. Well, if it is suggested by AWS that if your zip file or the overall file size is more than 10 MB, then you upload it to S3 and then refer it here. And then let's go to the next part, test. So this is for testing your Lambda function manually. So you can choose, by default, you can choose it for hello world kind of things. So let's give this test name. So simply call it test, and let's save it, and let's test. So our Lambda function is being executed, and it's returning status 200, status code 200, and body hello world from hello from Lambda. So let's go to our code here. As you can see, this is what it's returning. This is the response which is it is returning. So that is in the test part. Like, you can create a lot of events. You can connect this Lambda functions to a lot of other AWS resources, which we'll look into as well in the upcoming videos. Yeah, let's go to monitor. So here you can see all the logs and other stuff. So let's click on this. Here you can see there's a log groups created, and these are the log streams. You can see that this Lambda function got started and ended. We don't have any print or any kind of logging stuff happening over here. So you don't see any logging statements over here. Actually, let me add a logger statement here. Say console.log response. Okay, so let's deploy it and test it. So here you can see this, and this is the log. Well, let's see that in the CloudWatch. So let's click on the new log that got created, log stream. Here you can see got started and it printed these details. And let's go back. Let's go to monitor. You can also watch your CloudWatch metrics over here, like basic things. You get some graphs like about invocations and like all these things. So you can have a look at that. And let's go to configuration. So this is the general configuration where you can set your description, memory of the Lambda function. So as per the latest update, it can have up to 10 GB, and maximum time for running this Lambda function, the self life is 15 minutes is the highest. So if you try above 15, it gives you an error. It says the maximum timeout is 15 minutes, and you can choose the role here. So these are the basic settings. Now let's go to triggers. So as I mentioned, we'll talk about this in the upcoming videos. So these are something like you can trigger your Lambda functions with some other resources of AWS and stuff. So permissions, that is our IAM permissions. So these are the permissions for running Lambda functions, and permissions for Lambda functions to create CloudWatch log groups and the log streams stuff. So destinations. So these are ones what if our Lambda gets executed, it can trigger something else. So environmental variables, here you can set up environmental variables, like maybe you have some secrets like a database secrets or some username passwords kind of things. You can add it here and encrypt them as well, and utilize them, read them in your Lambda functions. And tags, you can tag your resources. So this can be helpful for identifying your resources, and also in organizations it's used for billing purposes and all. VPC, so these concepts will cover in the advanced sections later when I make future videos. Monitoring, concurrency, we'll speak about all these things in the upcoming videos. And yeah, so ideally for simple Lambda functions, these are the things that you might have to look into: the general configurations, triggers if you use any, permissions you will need it for sure, and destinations if you use any, and environmental variables you usually use it for any kind of project when you are accessing with the DBs and databases and other stuff. And tagging is always good to have. So that is it for this video, guys. If you found this was helpful, hit on the like button, share it with your friends, and drop your thoughts and the suggestions in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet for more such technical content, and hit on the notification bell so you never miss out any of our latest updates. I thank you for watching. Look forward to meet you guys in the upcoming videos.